All right, guys, welcome back to another NFL mock draft simulator video. I'm your host, Garrett Burrows. Today, we are going to be staying in the NFC East. We're going to be taking a look at the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Everyone loves the Cowboys, or everyone hates the Cowboys. There's no real in between there. You either love them or you hate them. Cowboys finished 12-5 last year under Mike McCarthy, which I think everyone can agree was kind of a shock that it was under Mike McCarthy. Cowboys lost in the wild card though. They just can't perform in the postseason. I'm on record as being a huge Dak Prescott guy, but I don't know if the narrative's turning right now because he doesn't perform in the postseason, this and that. We're going to try to get this team back to relevance. Honestly, like 12 wins last season is great, but a wild card loss doesn't do you any good. So what we're going to do, same thing as normal, 5 rounds, taking a look at the Cowboys, and let's get right into it. And guys, this is the team that is in win now mode. So if there's a guy that I like, I'm going to move for him. Really quickly, we're going to take a look at their needs. Safety, defensive tackle, linebacker. For me, I might prioritize defensive tackle first, then linebacker. But because there's not really a ton of safeties that I'm going to be able to find. So I think that, listen. I'm not going to say I was going to move up for Jordan Davis, but man, I was really eyeing it. I was really eyeing it. One thing I want to say as well, as taking over the role of general manager for the Dallas Cowboys, I'm placing Ezekiel Elliott on the trade block, 100%. He's not going to play for this team next year. I understand that I'm going to have to probably attach a pick to get rid of that contract, but I believe in Tony Pollard. When he plays well. Zeke's got to go. Zeke's going to be gone. I know we re-signed Leighton Vander Esch, but I don't love him either. If we look at the board right now, as it stands, we are 5 picks off, and the only guy worth really trading up for is Daxton Hill. But I've already got enough speed on my back end where in Daxton Hill's, he flies. The dude just flies. What the fuck? I didn't select the fucking Cowboys. I went 2 videos without fucking up. 2 of them. God damn it. All right, this is a trade-up option for me potentially because I love Jordan Davis. I love him. The kid is a unicorn. He is one of the unicorns of the draft class. But there's also another unicorn in the second round. I can get Devontae Wyatt. So, never mind. Doesn't look like any real trade-up potential here. Steelers went Kenyon Green at 20. That's not an awesome pick for them. Dropping down to 44, but picking up a 2nd and a 4th next year. Oh, man. Looking at the board right now, the only guys I'm looking at Daxton Hill. I like Lewis Cine a lot. And then Devontae Wyatt's there as well. But I'm not going to get any of those guys trading down, so I have to pick here. I got to pick here. I can't take any of these. I got to pick here. As much as I'd love to trade down, the guys that I want to, I think are going to make a difference this year, I'm not going to be able to get if I trade down. Even though I trade down to 44, I'm not going to get them. The player who I think is going to make the biggest impact on my team, let's look at this from a divisional perspective. The Commanders have Antonio Gibson. Good if he can stay healthy. The Giants look like they're sticking with Saquon Barkley. And then the Eagles are kind of running back by committee. So I'm not going to get killed in run defense, but I know last year my run defense wasn't awesome either. So from that, we go to quarterbacks and receivers. For if I want to pick a guy like Lewis Seen or Daxton Hill, the Commanders traded for Carson Wentz. They have Scary Terry on the outside. Fantastic receiver. Say what you will about Carson Wentz. Terry McLaurin is a stud. In New York, I don't have to worry about quarterbacks and receivers because they don't have any. And then in Philadelphia, my concern would be if they took any receivers in this class, and they didn't. They went Kenny Pickett at 15. Why? Why would you do that? That's such a bad pick. Oh, fuck that. No way. I'm not taking a safety then. I'm taking a linebacker. I'm taking a linebacker then. Because, wow, what the fuck are they doing? They could have had Olave. They could have had Olave and Devin Lloyd, who would have fit that team better. Wow. Philadelphia doesn't know what they're doing. Great. The Giants, I'm not worried about. They're a non-threat in the division. I'm just focused on Washington and Philadelphia at this point. And I think the guy who's going to make the biggest impact on this team, I'm not taking safety. I don't think 24 is where you've taken Kobe Dean. I think I'm going to take Devontae Wyatt. There's a lot of good running backs in the NFC, and we need help up the middle. And Devontae Wyatt can kind of do the best. He's the best of both worlds, whereas Jordan Davis is more of like pure run stopping. Devontae Wyatt can run stop, but can also get after the quarterback a little bit as well. So, and the Giants take Pickens at 36. That's fine. Not the end of the world. Looking here, I have to see if a guy like Christian Harris is going to be available, or is this a trade-up spot where I go Tyler Linderbaum? Because, my studs on the offensive line are getting older. It's time to start replacing some of these guys. But this draft class has some depth to it on the offensive line, so I'm not going to move up for that. I'm moving up ahead of Philadelphia to take Christian Harris. So I am going to move up. I'm going to move up 2 spots because Philadelphia has a need at linebacker. I don't want them taking Christian Harris. I just want to, no, shit. Seattle, not, God bless. It's a disaster so far. I'll give you 176. I'm not giving up premium pick here to move up 2 spots. I will give you a 6th next year. Come on. Like, what are we talking about here? People have done these trades for less. 155 then. Thank you. And I'm going to go get Christian Harris. I love that fit. Love it. I'm happy with that trade. Typically in my great pick by Cincinnati. Man, listen, Cincinnati has built around Joe Burrow this offseason. Invested in the offensive line, investing draft capital here. Good for Cincinnati. Channing Tindall goes at 77. That's kind of early. Pick up a 4th next year just to drop down 8 spots. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, typically, guys, me in these videos, I do like to trade down a little bit. I kind of gave Trey some slack for that because he's a trade down monster. The more picks, the better. But I think right now, looking at this roster and how well we performed last year, we're not in a position to trade down. This is a win now team, and we have to try to find the pieces to compete now. Looking at the board, my immediate gut instinct is to go after either one of these pair of tackles or Justin Ross. I think that Justin Ross has more upside for this team. He recently came out and said that he's hoping the teams still view him as, an elite prospect. I wrote an article about it for Vendetta Sports Media. Go ahead and check that out as well. Check out the rest of the website. He was a freshman phenom. He was a true freshman at Clemson. He put up crazy numbers. Sophomore year, kind of regressed a little bit. If you can call 8 touchdowns in a college football season regressing, he regressed a little bit, just didn't take the next step, basically. And we all know what happened his junior year. He had, the surgery, and he was out for the entire year. And he came back this year, just didn't look the same. But if he can get back to what he was, that's a huge get for this team. But I'm going to value tackle more here, only because we lost Leo Collins. And I just feel like we could just plug one of these tackles in right where Collins was, then we're good to go. And I think I'm going to go with Fahalele from Minnesota. I think that's who I'm going to go with here. And Philadelphia picks up Justin Ross. Again, though, I'm not concerned about am I even really concerned about Philadelphia at the moment? Because now they're going to have a quarterback battle. So if Jalen Hurts wins the job, though, over Kenny Pickett, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to come out fucking guns blazing this year. Mario Goodrich to the Giants is a really good pick. I'm high on Mario Goodrich, too. I think he's a sneaky mid-round draft pick. I'm not worried about the Giants, though. The Giants have had a pretty decent draft so far, it looks like, but I'm not too worried about them. No trade offers here, which is fine. There's a safety from Oregon he's long gone. That's fine. Now could be the time where I pick up my safety. JT Woods potentially. Corker, O'Neal. Did Jalen Armour Davis? No, he did not. He's too small. Not small, but my dad is a huge Alabama fan, so I try to keep an eye on Alabama quite a bit. I can't remember if Alabama has a corner that played some safety this year. To be honest, I'm going to give you guys insider information here. I'm not huge on Trayvon Diggs. Listen, Cowboys fans, if you're watching this, you guys can roast me in the comments. You guys can tell me how I'm full of shit and I don't know what I'm talking about. But that guy is like, I get the interceptions. I get it. I understand. Did you see how many times that guy got fucking cooked this year? He got cooked. That dude is a whole Thanksgiving spread with how much he got cooked this year. The whole thing. The peas, the potatoes, the turkey, the hams, the yams, you name it. He got cooked this year. So maybe instead of taking a safety, I take Jalen Armour Davis here to help in the secondary for corners. And I talked myself into it. I don't love Trayvon Diggs. I'm not going to say he's on. Now, this is really going to get you Cowboys fans fired up. I'm not going to say he's on a trade block necessarily because he's super young and I can still control his contract. And I like that a lot. But if I'm taking over the Cowboys long term, if I don't see massive improvements in his consistency in coverage this season, I'm moving him before I have to give him an extension because I'm not paying him big bucks to get. He'll probably get 5-6 interceptions again in his future for sure. But I'm not paying him max money like that just to get cooked all the time. Picking 167, Alec Lindstrom jumps off the board immediately for me. I kind of have a desire to take someone like Zamir White, or if there's even a receiver on the board that I like, which there's not, which is fine. I'm really hoping that CeeDee Lamb takes a massive jump this year. Michael Gallup takes a jump this year. I know we lost Amari Cooper. We traded him for, a bag of chips and a water cup. That was the old regime. I wouldn't have traded him for that little, but then again, I wouldn't have told people that we were going to cut him unless we find a trade partner. So that was the old regime. We're running things differently around here now. So let's see. If I trade Zeke after Tony Pollard, Zamir White's an interesting backup. I mean, he's my running back too. He comes in, he's my running back too. Who's going to make more of an impact, though? I don't think Alec Lindstrom's going to start this year, or if so, he's not going to start that many games if he does. Whereas Zamir White could realistically probably see, with catching out of the backfield and rushing attempts, he could probably see at least 100 touches this year, plus, if I had to guess. And I think it's going to be more of an impact. So I think we're going to take Zamir White here, seeing that, I mean, I can't do a trade for Zeke, obviously, but in this draft, I'm going to trade Zeke. So Ezekiel Elliott's gone. I need a backup. So now we're frozen. Okay. No, Lindstrom's gone. That's awesome. I was hoping he was still going to be there. I'm not taking Darion Kendrick this high. That's for sure. But this is the end of the draft class, and I like Darion Kendrick a little bit. I just took a cornerback too. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Peel, and then I'm going to come back around. I'm going to reach for him only because I'm not picking 7 rounds. I'm going to go ahead and take Kendrick. And that's it. That's the draft class. No trading down, really. Actually, there is no trading down. I actually traded up. Actually, to land Christian Harris. I traded in front of Philadelphia to get him because I knew that Philadelphia had a need. And on the board, he was the best linebacker. I think he's probably linebacker. I have him. He's arguably linebacker 1 in this draft class for me, at least. At minimum, he's linebacker 2. No later than linebacker 3. And laying at 54, I thought was a steal. And I just didn't trust that he was going to be there at 56 when we were picking because I thought Philadelphia was going to take him. But getting back to what I was saying, no trading down, no future picks. We had to go all in this year. We went 12-5 last year, but lost in the wild card. And it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. We're the fucking Cowboys. This team needs to be contending again. And I think this roster helps us do that. Devontae White, instant starter. Christian Harris, instant starter. I think Fahalele fights for a starting job to start where La'el Collins left. Armour Davis is depth. Zamir White is running back 2. Zamir White, like I was going over it a couple minutes ago, he probably gets 100 touches this year easily or more. I mean, it's a 17-game season. Yeah, actually, it's a 17-game season. So if he gets like 5 touches a game, that's what, 95? No, 100's way too low, actually. He probably sees almost 200 touches this year, I bet. You think? He sees a lot of touches, is the point I'm getting at here. Sorry, my brain doesn't work ever. He sees a lot of touches. Traded Zeke, he's gone. Preferably someone not in the NFC, so I don't have to play him just in case he, goes on a revenge tour. But he's gone. Zamir White comes in, running back 2. That's it. Cowboys fans, if you're watching, drop a comment. Let me know how I did. If I sucked, if I should have picked different players, if you thought this was a great draft class, let me know in the comments. Give me a grade. If you liked the video, please press that thumbs up button on the video. If you haven't subscribed already to Vendetta Sports Media YouTube channel, go ahead and press that button as well. Press everything, please. Press that share button. Share it with your friends. Keep an eye on the channel for more draft stuff coming out. We've got gaming content coming out. We're going to be doing some NBA stuff for the playoffs and stuff like that. Keep an eye on this channel. We're growing. Until next time, see ya.